Hello, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going over President Trump's and Vice President Joe Biden's probably easiest and most likely pathways to victory for both of them. So for starters, we know Joe Biden will win all the states I'm currently putting in blue. I'm being very generous towards both President Trump and Joe Biden in terms of not winning certain states to start off. I'm trying to keep the map as wide open as possible. So we know Joe Biden will get 183. Now we know President Trump going through, he's going to get somewhere in the 120 range, about 125. If I'm doing the math correctly, he should get about 125. 126, excuse me. Oh, no, it is 125. I'm sorry. Second district should not be solid. There we go. So all these safe states we know will definitely go to each candidate. Now, of the remaining states, though, that doesn't mean all the states are contested. For instance, we know New Mexico and Virginia will most likely go for Joe Biden. A lot of things would have to go wrong if they don't go to Biden. We know Colorado would also likely go for Joe Biden. That's pretty much set in stone at this point. We know President Trump will probably do very well in the state of Iowa. We also know, despite some polling, President Trump will probably do well in the state of Ohio. I think I marked that wrong. There we go. Okay. Now, it's starting to get closer. However, how close will it get? Well, other remaining states, all the remaining states could potentially be very, very contested. Maine at large, I feel comfortable giving it to Joe Biden at this time. Maine's second district, despite polling, I think President Trump will win Maine's second district pretty easily. So Trump's at 150, Biden's at 212. I think Trump will win Texas a little bit by a bigger margin than what the polls say. I really do think that. That gets Trump to 188. Now, Joe Biden is favored in Nevada. I think at this moment, President Trump is favored in Georgia. 218, 204. Very, very close in North Carolina right now. However, I still feel like President Trump, despite polling, does have a narrow lead in North Carolina. Despite polling, I think Joe Biden has a narrow lead in New Hampshire. See, he's kind of going back and forth on who's winning where and who's leading where. Minnesota is very, very closer now in the polling. It's within 3 points according to polls. However, based on electoral history, I'm going to give Joe Biden the benefit of the doubt and give him Minnesota narrowly. That gets Biden to 232. Polling data is not doing too well for President Trump in the state of Florida. However, for the hypothetical reasons, I'm going to give President Trump Florida at this time. My reasoning for doing this is watch. Joe Biden was most likely to win Michigan. That gets him at 248, 248. Okay? Now, President Trump, while Republicans aren't polling too great, specifically Martha McSally in Arizona, I think President Trump at the end of the day still wins Arizona. That gets Trump to 259. Polling data right now is not looking too great out of the state of Pennsylvania for Republicans. Maybe the polling data is wrong and President Trump can win it, but for the sake of this argument, President Trump's at 259, Joe Biden's 268. Let's say President Trump wins in Omaha, that gets him to 260. It all comes down to the state of Wisconsin. I think this is probably the simplest scenario for both President Trump and Joe Biden, where a win for Trump in Wisconsin gives Trump the presidency, and a win for Biden in Wisconsin gives Biden the presidency. President Trump can win without winning the 3 Rust Belt states he won last time, but he cannot win without winning one of the 4 Rust Belt states of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, while carrying all the other states he won last time. President Trump can win Wisconsin and then, for instance, lose Nebraska's second district. It'll be a 269-269 tie. That really won't matter because Congress will likely be in Democratic control. So President Trump needs to win everything he won last time and then hold on to one of the Rust Belt states. If President Trump does, for instance, lose a state like Florida or Arizona, or if he loses both, this election is pretty much over for President Trump. President Trump loses Florida and Arizona, he'll have to win Pennsylvania, he'll have to win Michigan, and he'll have to win Minnesota. And based on electoral trends, if Trump's not winning Florida and Arizona, he's probably not going to be winning Minnesota and Michigan. So, President Trump can win. Joe Biden also can win. It truly is really, really close right now. This video specifically isn't really a prediction. It's more of a showing you what needs to happen for both President Trump and Joe Biden to win. And the closest scenario involves Wisconsin being the X factor of who wins. So if I was Donald Trump or Joe Biden, I'd be focusing all my time on the state of Wisconsin right now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.